Good morning. I have been waiting for this day for quite some time. We are doing our June garden tour. I'm falling over. I'm like on this fence. Yeah, so you're gonna see what's been happening in the garden, and everything has been going really great. So everyone's seen all the bunny fiascos, and the bunnies are calm and quiet and loving their new space, and so I'm really grateful for that. We have been holding them and letting them out and playing with them, and they're getting to know us as a family, and I love that. And then we have had all kinds of variations of weather. So we had a lot of rain, torrential downpour, wind gusts, part of this tree back here, which this tree needs to be cut down. It's parts of it are dying, and it is I'm watching a squirrel run right now. It's the highway. It's the squirrel highway. That's what I call it. But during a windstorm, part of the bark was like falling off, which, that wasn't very great. But my plants, through all the rain and the wind, my plants are really sturdy and healthy, and the ones that didn't do so great, they got plucked out and compost. And so it's just that circle, and I'm grateful that I can pivot when I need to pivot. Pivoting is the best garden tool in my opinion. So you're gonna get to see the full back action that's happening. I'm gonna do a separate video for the sides and front pollinator garden, so be watching for that one coming soon. But yeah, I'm back here now when everything is quiet. The rain has stopped, the wind has died down, and I've been talking to a few relatives that live up north, and also up north Minnesota, and then relatives that are in different parts of Turtle Island. And it's funny that some places that usually don't get a lot of rain are getting downpour for days and weeks. And so you can tell that she's shifting, she's trying to maneuver to offset the way we've been treating her. And so something to be mindful of. We are getting warmer here in Minnesota, and you're going to see that continue throughout the years. Mark my words. Yeah, so anyhow, I'm really excited for today because my garden looks so beautiful, and it's these actual videos that I'm excited to come back to next year come March, to be able to watch this and be like, hey, I remember when it was so green and beautiful. Previous to vlogging, this is my first run at vlogging, but previous to this I would be able to read what was happening last year. And although that was amazing, it's really beautiful to me to be able to see the actual plants, in a time when we're in hibernation and the plants are in dormancy, which is like winter months, right? So we are back here, the birds are chirping, the squirrels are running, the bunnies and the puppies and the chickens are loving this weather, and I love getting up to tend to them in the mornings of spring. It's the mornings of winter that's not the funnest thing to do, but here we are. So come with me, enjoy my garden, and enjoy your garden at whatever stage it is, wherever you are on this earth. So let's go. It is June, and we are ready to do our garden tour. The elderberry tree is looking really plush, and there's no buds as of yet, but they are on the way. This is what I meant by younger elderberries starting to pop everywhere. You can see that their stem is much different than the already established root of the other elderberry tree. And then we have all of our lemon balm. I think it's going to be flowering quicker than last year, but here it is. We do have some strawberries popping up already. No flowering yet on them. I did stick one of my raspberries in here. Also some brassicas coming up. They look great. Here is our Mighty Fine Blackberry girlfriend, and she is rocking and rolling per usual. We'll show when she flowers. I love her flowers, they're so beautiful. This is my medley bed, and we have our celery is coming in mighty fine. I sprinkled in a whole bunch of spinach. There's also our beautiful onions. I did trim some of these onions, as you can see, because I wanted them to focus all of their energy on getting that bulb nice and healthy. In the back, you can see I put in some beans. Them will be sprawling up. Last year we had them sprawling up, and they last year I didn't have this actual bed. I had them sprawling up from the ground, and they sprawled up onto our fence, and it was really great. Up here, if you remember, I put in some radishes and beets. Them are looking great. I haven't really checked on the bottom to see how their root is going, but it's looking good. So this whole bed is looking quite amazing. Here we have our beautiful corn. You can tell that a squirrel has been digging. Thankfully, the corn is still flourishing and growing as it should be. I love, oh, look at this, is beautiful. It rained nonstop yesterday and a little bit the day before, so everyone got a good watering. Nature is giving me a break on watering, which is nice. Over here we have our cabbage, I believe I put in here. I think. And then we have some, it's a medley again. This is the damage from the bunnies. Thanks, bunnies. We have some pumpkins coming up in here. We have some strawberry. We also have some lamb's quarter. Yay us. We do cook with that, so that's cool. And then we have the marigolds that we put in. Them are looking really tall and beautiful and green. No flowering yet. I did put also in some, what else did I put? Watermelon in here, along with a different couple varieties of pumpkins. We also do have our some corn in here. So everything is looking really great, and I'm thankful. There are some what people would call weeds popping up, like some three-seeded mercury. I'll just pluck that. There's not a lot of it, so. But I'm excited because today I can spend the day maneuvering in here and doing what we love to do, which is take care of the earth. Here is my brassica bed. We have cauliflower. Looking good. A random pepper. Some onions. Marigold. And then we have this Pack Pro broccoli. This hay has been working out really nicely, but I have been noticing little particles of grass popping, which is fine because it's not a lot, and I come out here every day so I can just do what I need to do and pluck that out. Pepper bed is looking good. All kinds of peppers, Carnival Wonder. I did pop a banana pepper in here as well. So what I did notice with my pepper bed, somebody was munching on my pepper leaves, first of all. And then there was some spotting in there, and I don't know if that was because of the enormous amount of water we got, or if it was getting sun damage. I doubt that, because the tree right above me is really covering this, so I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of water damage. And so I just took them leaves off, and that's expected, and so I just deal with the problems as they come. So you can see my grapevines are vining, and I'm super excited for that as well. Okay, here is our Honey Gold girlfriend and all of her friends. Honey Gold, this is all Honey Gold. This bed is doing really good, actually. I haven't been really plucking any of these leaves. I did pluck a few of the bottom leaves just for airflow, but I have nothing bad to say about these girlfriends because they have been doing great. No one's flowering yet, which is nice, so we want them to grow at a good rate. Our blueberry is looking good. We have some hues of pink popping, hues of purple. I've been actually feeding this girlfriend with seaweed and fish, and you can tell because she is doing her thing. I have not got her a bestie yet, but I'm on the lookout for that. Our vining rose is starting to vine and actually putting on flowers. So We're excited to see what she does. She crawls and vines over our arch, and it looks beautiful. And you walk by and you can smell the amazing floral fragrance that she provides for us every day. This was where the bunnies had their most fun. And so I had to pluck a lot of our cabbage out. And that was okay because then I plopped in some new things. They actually even ate my cup plant. But I put in a Micro Tom variety of tomatoes, and then I also got a few other tomato varieties which were really great. Here's one, let's see, Bonnie's Best. I put in a few of them tomatoes, and then back there you can see that there was some bug damage on that cabbage. I might end up just pulling that and giving it to the chicken girls because they will love that. I did spray some Dawn dish soap water mixed with some mint, and that does a little bit of a good job, but it's not gonna, do the whole rundown. Some people told me to put flour, sprinkle flour. Some people said diatomaceous earth. I didn't do either of them yet. So we do have some flowering right here on this variety, and I don't remember. There's a little tag. I should look at that. But I believe it's a Cananello, if that's how you say it. I'm gonna pluck them flowers because I need this to grow a little bit bigger before she flowers. Here's some bunny damage. They had just the best time back here, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not. Back there I do have some tomatoes, and there are two of them. I don't know how they're gonna grow that close together, but we'll see. You can see my grapevine is still, this grapevine is doing her thing and growing beautifully. Here is my two big boy cabbages. Oh no, this one's already going to seed, so we're gonna have to grab them. I do want to make some kimchi, so that will be perfect. In the back we have some onions, which I haven't been tending to that, and that was munched on, so we'll decide what we're going to do with that a little bit later. Let's move on to our next bed. We have our brassicas. We have some broccoli in there. Looks like some cabbage in there. Some marigolds, which are flowering and beautiful. In the back we have beans, which are already crawling up. This bed is doing really great. Our zinnia babies. They look good too. Our sweetgrass is growing big and tall. She's gonna grow maybe 2 to 3 feet maybe, and I will braid her up and she'll do great. On the end of the bed I thought, why not put some beans, because you know what, we all love beans and I cook them a lot, and so they'll just vine up. This variety is just a basic garden bean, and I really just love cooking with them. I think it's a stringless too, which is a double plus for me. Our sage is doing really nice. I did put in some sunflowers back here. They look a little bit run down and they need some help. I did notice that the bunnies did get back here as well, so I'm sure they had fun eating. They love to eat our sage, and I'm sure they took a couple munches off some of the heads of our sunflowers that were just getting started, so I can put some more of them in actually. My milkweed girlfriends, you've seen me, I planted them, I started them in the house, and they are getting huge and tall, and they will be very beneficial for our pollinator nation. I love seeing pollinators back here, and my yard fills with pollinators, so excited to sit back here and watch that. So in here we have some kale, some broccoli. It's all doing really great. I was really excited to show you that all of our sugar daddy peas are flowering, and look at this. We have some actually doing their magic. This one is plump full. So if I zoom back out, you can see how this trellis system, farther, yep. This trellising system is looking great. Sorry, my camera was a little fuzzy, but yeah, this trellising system has been wonderful. Let's see if you can see these. Yep, everything is flowering. Some are already creating the peas. And then we do have some garden beans in there too. And my broccoli is living its best life. I'm not mad at this bed at all. I was a little unsure about this bed because we were just throwing everything in here, and it's growing really close together. There's even carrots down there. I don't know if you can see them in between. And I just was like, let's see. It was an experimental bed, and she looks like she loved that experiment. So the medley of herbs is looking good. I've been harvesting off of them herbs. We did get a bay leaf for free from the co-op that's near my store. I can see, oh, and I did put this little guy in there. I believe that's my cucumber. I had extras, so I've been picking off this and cooking with this every single day. Next door, we have some spinach that is going to go to seed. Now, I think I'm going to let this spinach go to seed just to collect the seed. And then we have our straight 8s and our Katrinas. This is straight 8. The Katrinas are in the back. They started a little bit later, and you can tell that because they're smaller. We have some beans that are going to grow up the fence line. Some lettuce, marigold lettuce, little gem lettuce, marigolds, and butter crunch lettuce, doing great. Some more beans and cucumbers, and here is another about to go to seed spinach, which I can put these leaves in a smoothie and it'll be great. In here we have a whole bunch of calendula, some beans, my carrot girlfriend, lettuce, and then we have some nasturtiums that I have been picking and actually using for food. So this needs to be harvested like yesterday. We've been plucking off it, and you can't even tell because it is grandioso. It is all kinds of lettuces that I just sprinkled in, some spinach, some kale, and I love growing these beds like this. This is what I've done since we've gotten them, and they've just done great. My kids come out here, my whole family comes out here and harvests, and we use this bed probably the most every day. Our carrots are getting big. We have lettuces again and spinach, and the spinach is going to seed. So we will be harvesting this probably today, so I can put something else in there, more lettuce probably, to get started on that succession sowing. Over here I did plant some, I think it's cucumber, so yeah. Oh, back there you can see some red willow. I'm gonna create drumsticks for my shop and my boys to play our traditional drums. So yeah, she's doing great. So thankful. On the fence line we have our sugar daddy peas. They're growing up. I had to kind of maneuver them a little bit through because they were just falling over. So mojito mint doing great, orange mint doing great. My early girl is flowering, and I'm gonna let her flower because she is ready. So there's flowers right up there, and then there's also flowers down there. We're not gonna touch our rhubarb because we're gonna let her go a full another year, but she's looking good. I did notice that some of my cherry tomatoes are looking a little bit, they just need a little bit more time, which is fine for me. So they're a little bit smaller than, what in the heck is happening in there? Now that, friends, looks like some white sage. I don't know how that got in there, but we'll see. And there's some kale in there, some lettuce that is already going to flower. This was just a bed that I was just trying things on, just like all the other beds, I guess, I would say. Our chocolate mint that got totally run down by the bunnies, but she's coming back. I've been giving her some love and tender care. So this is our zinnia kingdom. All kinds of varieties of zinnia are coming up in there, and they are looking good. I'm really excited about that. I have some cut and come again, some giant zinnias. So we'll see how this bed grows together. I do see some other seeds in there, and I'm thinking that might be actually some more white sage, but we'll see. But I'm really excited for this bed because this is one of them things in the garden that I plant just purposely. The purpose is just to bring me joy. So here we have a couple herbs. This is a basil that's been picked off of my oregano, and then a pepper that I just said, hey, you're gonna be friends. And they are. Here's my Sweet 100 bed with some spinach in it, some kale back over there. But this is one of the beds that they weren't looking so great, so I did put some new transplants in. We have some garden peach, I think that says, over there, and that's that type of tomato. So yeah, I got some gifts of tomatoes, so I just transplanted some new girlfriends in here, and actually composted the other ones that weren't looking so hot. So, and that's part of the part of the beauty about gardening. If something's not doing good and you've tried all you can do, then you just roll with it and compost and do what you need to do. So here we have our Romas. Our Romas are really doing the best, actually. I need to come out here and pull off these bottom leaves on some of these, but I am really excited for the way these are growing. You can tell how thick that stem is, and they're just really doing a great job. We even have some remnants of mushrooms in there because they've been watered really great. So, and I'm really liking these trellising systems, the cages, the tomato cages. We'll see how they do. We are almost to the end of the backyard, this part of the backyard now. We still have a side garden, another side garden in our front. But here is our kale, different varieties of kale. I'm loving them. They didn't really get any pest damage. I can see a little bit on this one, but that's like the only leaf I see. So I don't know if it's where this bed is located, the type of compost I'm using with this. I think this one was, no, this was a medley of both mine and the 7th generation. So over here I just have some more tomatoes that were Doppelwakan, which is our sacred 4 tomatoes. This has dried out very fast. I've been keeping up with it, but it's been drying out really fast. So I just put something that was kind of going to vine out, which is them nasturtiums, and then some beans. I did have a bean in that one, but I plucked it because I didn't feel like it was growing properly, but I feel like it could have done good now that I'm seeing it. This is Tomato Town. Tomato Town. No, it's not. These are not tomato leaves, honey. These are potatoes. So potatoes are in there. I do have, you can see, some peas in there too. And then there is some onions in there. So we'll see what's going to happen with this bed. With potatoes, you want to make sure that, you know, before you harvest potatoes, that this bed dries out thoroughly, because you will go in, if you overwater, your potatoes will be a mush. It'll be mashed potatoes. So, oh, birds are just flying all around me. Here's a little bunny cam. Get you a little taste of your bunny action. And there's a little one. That little one's really scared and quiet. But she's a female right here, and her ears are starting to flop. And I love this stage. They've been munching on some food. And then his ears are still up. He looks like his dad, funny enough, and she looks like her Ina, her mama. So thought I'd give you guys a little glimpse of some joy. It is evening time now, and the garden tour is ended, and we are getting ready for a little family fire night. It's a perfect way to wind down and relax after tending to the homestead all day long. We have been working all day long. It was a full day from start to finish on the homestead, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm so grateful for my family and the time that we get to share tending to the earth. So I hope you all are having the same type of feelings and love and emotion for this planet and our families and our relatives. Have a good day, friends. Happy growing.